Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. So yeah, day 5 of Warhammer Fest was 40k focused, and I like to think that anyone who had any misgivings or complaints about the earlier Sisters focused 40k preview has now well and truly been satisfied. We got an absolutely huge amount of reveals, news, and even a slight tease at a possible codex roadmap for the next few codices. But to start it all off, the Beast Snaggers are well and truly on their way, and oh wow, do they have a lot of stuff coming. Not only are we getting a whole brand new battle box, which contains a really quite decent chunk of models, it comes with 20 Beast Snagger boys, what appears to be 3 of the Squig mounted Beast Snaggers, a mounted Beast Snagger Knob who looks incredibly imposing with that squig with the metal head plate. I'm guessing that's going to be some kind of mortal wound shenanigans on the charge from that thing, but it looks very, very awesome. I love the design of that and the style of that. It reminds me, as they said in the preview, of that dinosaur that I can't remember the name of that has the big bone sort of like dome helm so that it charges into things. It's in the Lost World and it slams into a car. That's the kind of thing I'm guessing that they designed that on, and it looks really fucking cool. And then also, in a complete surprise, an absolute blast from the past, Zodgrod Wartsnagger is also coming back in a new and much improved model. For those of you that don't know, this was an old metal 2nd edition model, and I can remember having him myself way back in the day, who has been completely reimagined in this fantastic new look. He basically likes grots, is his thing. Like in the lore, he likes grots. And I know that's weird, that's completely out there for an orc, but he is mentioned to have some kind of mechanic for improving them. So maybe he gives them even better shooting skill, or he makes them more brave and buffs up their leadership or something like that. Maybe he makes them, they already are troops. I don't know, but whatever he does, it should be really interesting and hopefully will allow you to bring a few more grots and make them something of a credible threat, which is just hilarious in an orc list. And either way, I think it's really, really cool to see such an old classic model get such a welcome redesign. He really does look fantastic, and as you can see on your screen now, I've got the old one up alongside this new one, and it is a massive glow up. But of course, I mean, all the Beast Snagger stuff looks incredible, not just Zodgrod. We've seen a full picture of all the boys, and it's up on your screen now, and I have to say, they are some of my favourite 40k models ever. I think they're just so much bigger and meaner and, in my opinion, orkier than the current boys. So although they've said before we can use these side by side with the current range, I do honestly, at least personally, think that over time I will eventually replace my regular boys with some of these guys and just run my troops as Beast Snagger boys rather than regular boys, even if they are a little bit pricier on the points front, which I'm guessing they will be. And in addition to all that stuff that we've seen on the screen, they also announced that this box will be the first way to get the brand new Ork Codex. And it is in fact the only way to get this special limited edition version, which you can see the cover of on your screen now. Now, I really do like the artwork for this one. I know I said before I thought the Dark Angels supplement was the best artwork of 9th edition, but honestly, this is giving it a heck of a run for its money. It is a shame, of course, that this and the box are limited edition, and you can bet your bottom dollar that they will sell out in seconds and then reappear on eBay seconds later for twice the cost, which is admittedly a big problem that GW have and they still haven't sorted. But to be honest, I'm not going to delve on that because it's a topic for another video. The main takeaway is that they did say the codex will follow this box very closely, and that all the units in this box will be coming with their own separate releases as well. So aside from the fancy covered codex, there's nothing that you can actually miss out on if you don't manage to get a copy of this box. So although it is very annoying that this is still the case, that GW do so many limited edition things, it's not like you can actually miss out on too much if you do unfortunately not manage to beat the scalpers in getting one when they do go on pre-order. But that isn't all they showed for Orks either. Along with the codex and these Beast Snagger boxes, which I think we can all assume now will come after the Admech and the Sisters, they also showed off a brand new Orc War Boss, and this time he is in some very, very chunky mega armor. And I really like this guy because it's actually nice to see a War Boss without a Power Claw. They almost always have them because they are arguably, at least at the moment, the best weapon option. But this guy looks like he's got a big chopper, and so based on how things are in the codex currently, He's still going to be swinging at strength 7 and doing 2 damage, so he's going to be a great little anti-elite infantry kind of unit. And I absolutely love the grot on top with the shooter. I think it's a really well designed model. It's really fun, it's really orky, it's definitely a step away from the beast snaggers, and you can see, sort of looking at this guy compared to the beast snaggers, the difference in design between them, but also the fact that you could see them in an army together. And that's what I like about the beast snaggers, that you can do them as a unique individual army, or you can mix them in with your current orcs, and they won't look too out of place in the most part. Now, I don't have any mega knobs myself, but I will 100% be getting this guy, so I will probably also have to pick up some other mega knobs to give him a little bodyguard unit to walk around with. But I am very, very excited to see what they do with the overall orc rules in terms of making things like the big chopper perhaps a viable alternative to the power claw, because as I said, at the moment the power claw really is the best option. So unless this guy's got multiple sort of poses and designs for his weapons, it does look like he is going to be stuck with a big chopper for his loadout. But even after that isn't everything. They also stated that all the stuff we've seen for orcs so far is only about half of what is coming for them. So by my count, that gives us at least another, 3, 4, 5 units to come alongside the orc release, which, I will be honest with you, has got me incredibly excited. We saw a few more things I'm expecting to see on the wall painting cinematic that we saw for the Beast Snagger's initial reveal, so some kind of vehicle or some kind of vehicle dragged by squigs is, I think, definitely on the way. And I also think there is going to be a Beast Snagger War Boss to go along with the Beast Snagger, so you can run them as a pure Beast Snagger army if you want to and have a proper HQ for them. But what was also really interesting is that Eddie did state that, like we've seen with things like the Drukhari and the Necrons, this isn't just a case of adding the Beast Snaggers units into the current Ork Codex. This is going to be a full ground up redesign of the entire Ork Codex and the way you play them. So I'm expecting some big changes for the Orks, and I'm really excited to see the possibilities for the styles of army you can create, whether that's all Beast Snaggers or all Speed Freaks, or just a mishmash of everything that the Orks have to offer. We are of course saving the best for last, and that is, if you haven't already seen it, another one of the best models I've ever seen in this game. This little grot on a wheeled squig with what appears to be several pounds of explosives strapped to him all over. I'm kind of hoping this is some kind of mortal wound unit, like the tank busters have with their bomb squigs, which is what I think they're called. And, you know, looking at this guy, I mean, if someone said to you, this is a bomb squig, that's probably exactly what you would see in your head. So I'm really excited to see what rules this guy has and how he's used on the tabletop. And I'm really excited to get him built and painted up as well, because I think it will just be an absolute blast to do. Overall, this Ork reveal has been exactly what I was hoping for from Warhammer Fest, and I was honestly quite happy that this was all we were going to see from the show yesterday, but they still had more to show us. A few more little tidbits were revealed after we got through with the Orks, and the first of which was a very nice surprise, Acadian Shock Troops upgrade kit. Now, I know, this does perhaps mean that a brand new Imperial Guard infantry kit, like a brand completely newly redesigned one, may not be on the way quite as soon as we would like, and yes, that does suck. But the fact that we can now upgrade our guardsmen with some much cooler, more stylish, and more importantly, better proportioned heads and hands really does, in my opinion, give a huge amount more life to the kit. Because for me, it was really just the oversized heads and the chubby hands that made them look so bad in comparison to a lot of modern Games Workshop kits, and this does help you to alleviate that problem significantly. And as you can see, you do get a huge number of alternatives, dozens of heads and weapon options that will really allow you to customize your troops and make your infantry force look a lot better when they are side by side with other armies on the battlefield. So that is a very welcome stopgap, in my opinion. And don't get me wrong, as I said, we do definitely need a new infantry kit, I think, and preferably one which allows you to do a lot of customization between the various regiments. But if they did an upgrade kit like this, as with the Marine chapters for things like the Talon, the Vostroyan, or the Steel Legion, I do think that would help to keep a lot of players happy until the eventual Astra Militarum redesign does happen. And finally, we got a little sneak peek at what I think will be the next codexes after Adamek, Sisters and Orks. They showed off a little teaser trailer, which you can clearly tell in it contains not only the forces of Tzeentch, but arrayed against them, the mighty Grey Knights. And I will put a link to the trailer down below so you can watch it yourself, but we don't know anything else about this. Will there be Primaris Grey Knights? Will Thousand Suns be getting any new units? What's the story behind the battle? Will it be a new campaign box, or is it just 2 new codexes? We just don't know anything else, but I would bet my bottom dollar that these 2 armies will be the next to get a new codex after the Ork 1 releases. And whilst neither of these armies are of any interest to me personally, I am quite eager to see what they do in terms of, at the very least, bumping up things like the Rubik Marines to 2 wounds, or if indeed Grey Knights will be getting Primaris, or if they will stay with the scale and sort of rules of the Firstborn. So that was it, a very, very good reveal in my opinion, and one which really did massively make up for the slightly less content for the Sisters earlier in the week. I am super hyped about the Snagger Boys, and I will almost certainly be getting a few of the Cadian upgrade sprues to help build my infantry squads. But which part of this reveal did you like the most? And what do you think the teaser trailer at the end means we've got to look forward to for the Thousand Suns and the Grey Knights? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please do like and subscribe if you want to see more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I will catch you later, guys.